The $1 decision that made him billions. Welcome back to Ibrahim Documentary. Imagine making a decision that cost just $1, a decision so small that almost anyone could afford it. But years later, that single dollar turns into billions. It sounds impossible. But this is the incredible story of a man who proved that sometimes the smallest decisions create the biggest fortunes. In 1994, New York City was changing. The internet was still new. Most people believed it was nothing more than a passing trend. Businesses didn't trust it, investors ignored it, and ordinary people couldn't imagine how it would change the world. One afternoon, a young office worker named Ryan walked past a small bookstore. On a dusty shelf sat a thick book titled The Internet Revolution. The price? Just $1. The store was clearing out old books that nobody wanted. Ryan almost walked away. After all, who would spend money on a book about something so confusing? But for some reason, he stopped. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a single dollar, and bought the book. He had no idea that this tiny decision would completely change his life. That night, Ryan couldn't stop reading. Every page opened his eyes to a future nobody around him could see. The book didn't promise quick money. It didn't offer secret tricks. Instead, it explained one simple idea. The internet would eventually become part of everyday life. Most people laughed at that prediction. Ryan didn't. Instead of forgetting what he had read, he became obsessed. Every evening after work, he spent hours learning about computers, technology, and the growing internet. His friends laughed. His family told him he was wasting his time. But Ryan ignored them. He believed the future belonged to those who understood it first. A year later, he invested a small amount of money into a young technology company. Everyone said he was making a mistake. The company had almost no profit, no famous products, no guarantee of success. But Ryan remembered something from that $1 book. The biggest opportunities rarely look impressive in the beginning. So he invested anyway. Months passed. Nothing happened. Then another year. Still nothing. People joked about his investment. Some even told him to sell before losing everything. But Ryan refused. He wasn't investing for next month. He was investing for the next 20 years. As time passed, the internet exploded across America. More people bought computers. Businesses moved online. Technology companies became the fastest growing businesses in history, and Ryan's tiny investment grew. Thousands of dollars became tens of thousands. Tens of thousands became millions. Millions became hundreds of millions. Then billions. The same people who laughed at him now wanted his advice. Journalists asked him the secret behind his success. Most expected him to talk about intelligence, or luck, or perfect timing. Instead, Ryan smiled and said, "Everything started with a $1 book." The reporters laughed. They thought he was joking, but he wasn't, because that $1 didn't make him rich. It changed the way he thought. It taught him to see the future before everyone else. Ryan often said that wealth doesn't begin in your bank account. It begins in your mind. The right idea, at the right time, can be worth more than millions of dollars. Years later, he donated millions to libraries and schools. Whenever students asked him for the best investment they could ever make, he gave the same answer. Buy knowledge before you buy luxury, because the greatest fortunes are built long before anyone notices them. Sometimes they begin with a single book, a single lesson, or a single dollar. And that's why the smallest decision of Ryan's life became the biggest fortune he ever made. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and follow Ibrahim Documentary for more inspiring stories about billionaires, business, and success. See you in the next documentary.